Give me a number. What's a number that says this is as safe as I can be?
Let's say $50 million.
Okay. Yeah. Where does that come from?
I think 20 million would be the point where I would have such a surplus, and I would want to double that in case everything splits in half by 50% long term, or we don't see any growth for the next 30 years in the United States.
Okay.
And I'd want a little bit more on top of that as a buffer, as these are unexpected life events that just seem to come up.
So here's what's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what
two
see.
important things.
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind. If you got $50 million, that number would become 100.
Sure.
Instantly.
Okay.
And the finish line keeps moving.
Yeah.
Because it's not anchored in reality. It's based on this. Well, then if this doubled, then this half.
It's in context.
Right. But there's no context.
It's like
and that's what makes it a Xanax, right? It's a way to numb out. I don't control what I think I control.
What's good, YouTube? Christian here again with another video. This time we're analyzing the words of Graham Stephan and Dr. John Delonio. Graham is a person who basically is very anxious about money. He's a multi-millionaire, and yet he worries about $2, $3 coffees. He tells his friends they can't take long showers in his house. He basically is anxious about every little thing, even though he has millions and millions of dollars and basically doesn't have to work another day in his life. Now, this is, in my opinion, a very wrong way to think. I think it's an affliction that needs to be destroyed. And why is that? I'm going to tell you a true story. When I was in college, there was this girl from my hometown, and she was always trying to be essentially perfect, right? She had the perfect grades. She was always in extracurriculars because she wanted to be a doctor. So for years, she was working really, really hard to be perfect to get into this med school. And then eventually she applied to med school and she got in. Unfortunately, a year after, the doctors told her that she actually had cancer. And unfortunately, she passed away a year later. I mean, this is an insanely sad story. It basically taught me something when I learned about this story, is that even if we try to control all the outcomes and all the things in our lives, essentially control is just an illusion. It's not real, okay? The only thing that we can really influence is the probability of things, not the actual outcome, because at any moment, things can happen that can throw your life into disarray, or it can change your life completely. And it's something that we just have to accept, okay? And really, the only hedge that we have against this is not an excuse to throw your life off the rails and just do whatever. It's just a realization. I need to hedge against this lack of control by living more in the moment, okay? So make sure you're enjoying your life throughout, not just focus on the far off future or focus on the possibility of things just being destroyed at any moment. Graham, for whatever reason, just feels like it could get taken away at any moment. And my question is, even if it is taken away, how is your life really going to change? Okay, you already have the skills, you already have the capability to work hard and the knowledge and know how to rebuild it if you had to. So essentially, money at that point becomes kind of just meaningless in a way, because the real value that you have is the skills that led you to the money, and you already have the skills. The money is just a byproduct of those skills. So you shouldn't have a scarcity mindset. Everything could be taken away today, and I'm very sure that Graham Stephan would rebuild it very quickly, okay? You should not be scarce with your resources. You should not be monitoring your friends' spending inside your house. You should not be doing all of these things because you're living a small life, and it's kind of pathetic, honestly. So hopefully, after this conversation, I hope Graham kind of realizes that and starts to live a little bit more freely, a little bit more generously, because that ultimately is what we're working for. We're not working just to hoard money in a safe so that we could artificially create an illusion of control that actually we don't have. We're working so we can live more freely and we can better our lives and the people that we love, so we could give generously to them as well, okay? If this video helped you realize that money anxiety needs to be something that needs to be destroyed, Go ahead and like the video and subscribe because I'm coming with more. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Or if the market goes in half and then in half again, things will be so different that whatever you think you saved will be of no value. If we get hit by a meteorite, dude, I'm going to deal with that then. I am going to like not be captive to this because then I go insane.